Hola colegas, yo soy Dr. L. En este video vamos a hablar sobre A Roosevelt, escrito por Rubén Darío. Hello friends, I'm Dr. L, and in today's video I'm going to explain A Roosevelt by Rubén Darío. Aquí tenemos una información básica. Tenemos el autor es Rubén Darío. Es conocido como el padre del modernismo. El título es A Roosevelt, escrito en 1904, y el movimiento es modernismo, que pertenece a los años 1880 hasta 1910. So today's author is Rubén Darío, and he's known as the father of modernism. So we're going to take a look at a few elements of what is modernism in the next slide. The title of the poem is A Roosevelt, and again, the movement is modernism. Aquí tenemos unos elementos del modernismo: la búsqueda de la perfección ideal, la idea del arte puro y de la belleza, mirada hacia el exterior, utilización de símbolos y colores, y el lenguaje es refinado y musical. So there's many different elements to modernism. Typically it has to do with beauty and physical perfection and the exterior, sometimes exterior versus interior. Sometimes can sound beautiful. In today's poem, we're mostly going to be taking a look at all the different symbols that Rubén Darío employs in his poem to Roosevelt. Aquí tenemos tres recursos literarios. El apóstrofe. El hablante se dirige a otra persona. Apología. Defensa de una ideología. El verso libre. No tiene esquema de rima. So apostrophe could be a false cognate. You typically think it might be apostrophe S, but here it means that someone is directing something towards another person. That's exactly what to Roosevelt is, A Roosevelt. But sometimes it could be in a play or in a movie when the protagonist directly speaks to the audience. And an apology, okay, sounds like you're saying sorry for doing something. Here, apology, apologetics, it's defense of an ideology. And the last one here is free verse. So this is a poem, but typically think a poem like a sonnet would have a rhyme scheme of A, B, B, A, but here there is no rhyme scheme. It's just a free verse is the type of rhyme scheme, means it does not have a rhyme scheme. El código histórico. Darío pensaba que los Estados Unidos era un país imperialista y que Roosevelt era cazador. Los Estados Unidos ganó la guerra contra España en 1898. Los Estados Unidos tomó control de Puerto Rico. Los Estados Unidos tomó control de la zona de Panamá, la zona del Canal de Panamá en 1903. So Darío and many of his contemporaries thought the United States was an imperialistic country and that Roosevelt was a hunter. And since the United States won the Spanish-American War against Spain in 1898, then that left Puerto Rico free for the United States to take, along with giving Cuba its independence, but still kind of manipulating the government and taking control possibly of the government in Cuba, even though technically they were independent from Spain and an independent country. And then also even going further south into Central America, taking control of the Canal Zone and then constructing the Panama Canal, but taking control of that area in 1903. And with all those events, Darío is thinking and stating that the United States and Roosevelt is imperialistic. Ahora vamos a tener una práctica. Explica las características del modernismo que tiene A Roosevelt y da ejemplos específicos del texto. Alright, so I'll give you a few moments to work. Pause the video for more time to work, and I'll give you some examples of symbolism, and then also specific quotes that help to summarize the main points of the poem. So explain the characteristics of modernism that A. Roosevelt has and give specific examples from the text. Aquí tenemos unos símbolos del poema. Nemrod era un cazador como Roosevelt. Los indígenas representan el orgullo de la cultura hispanoamericana. Nabucodonosor era rey de Babilonia. Hércules y Marmón representan los Estados Unidos. Las Américas están conectadas por una sierra y el león representa España. All right, so Roosevelt's making many symbolistic or connections or metaphor connections. So Nimrod is, he relates a lot of things from the Bible and things from Greek mythology, like Nimrod was a hunter, making a connection with Roosevelt there. When he refers to the different indigenous leaders, he's talking about the pride of Hispanic America. Also, Nabucodonosor was also from Babylonia, a king from Babylonia. Hercules and Mammon, symbols of strength and wealth, and those are symbols he's using to represent the United States. The Americas are connected all the way up from Canada and Alaska, the Canadian Rockies, the Rocky Mountains, the Sierra Madre, that mountain range, that Cordillera runs through Central America and then into the Andes in South America. So that's kind of a connection. These mountains are showing that the United States, Central America, South America, North America, everything is connected. And lion can represent Spain, and lion cubs can represent the Hispanic culture or the Hispanic people in the Americas and Latin America. So there's a bunch of symbols that you're going to see. So this is the biggest connection and characteristics that you can see for modernism and all these different symbolism being used. Aquí tenemos unas citas del texto. Eres los Estados Unidos, eres el futuro invasor. Juntáis al culto de Hércules, el culto de Mamón, mas la América nuestra, que tenía puertas desde los viejos tiempos de Netzahualcoyotl, la América católica, la América española, y pues contáis con todo, falta una cosa, Dios. So I think with these 5 citations, you can understand really well the summary of the poem. So it says, you are the United States. You are the future invader. So if the United States is an imperialistic country, they've taken control of the Panama Canal Zone, they've taken control of Puerto Rico, they've taken control of the Cuban government. Now they're just kind of thinking, okay, who's next? They've already taken, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, the Mexican-American War, going back even further in 1848. United States takes territory like Texas and California, Arizona, New Mexico, all that area, taking that from Mexico. So they're thinking, okay, what is next? Who's next? Juntáis el culto, you join the culture of Hercules and Mammon. So again, these are symbols. Hercules, very strong, Mammon, very wealthy. Okay, that's what he's using to represent the United States with some symbolism. But our America, so again, a lot of people think, oh, they hear America, they think United States. Well, America is North America and South America. There's Latin America. There's many different places in America. It's just not just the United States. But our America, that had the poets from the old times since Netzahualcoyotl. Again, he's talking about these people had great heritage before the Europeans came, before the people from the United States interfered with everything. They had a great history before all of that stuff. The Catholic America, Spanish America. All right, so typically a lot of times in the United States of America, the people there might be Protestant, are some Catholics, but even when John F. Kennedy became the first Catholic president in the 1960s, people were afraid that he might bow down to the Pope and that the Pope then would be able to control the United States of America. So there can be, even though there might be different sects of Christianity, Latin America is typically Catholic Christianity. And then the very last line is the most important line that Dario is trying to get across. And, well, you have everything, you lack one thing, God. So if God is on your side, that might be more than strength or wealth like Hercules or Mammon. And that's the point that Rubén Darío is trying to get across, that Latin America is great, the United States is strong and wealthy, they're kind of taking over everything, but maybe they're not going about it in the right way. Maybe they're not keeping God in mind with all that. All right, gracias por ver. Yo les deseo éxito en su examen grande con la literatura española. Adiós, hasta pronto, nos vemos. Chao, hasta entonces, hasta vista.